Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. 38 favorite dad in the family community, Papa West, Jacob West, here for another exciting episode of TMG Takes the Field, the weekly show where we talk mainly about football. Because, again, it's just another fun, action-packed day of football. I say fun. Every day's fun. Again, we'll talk about college to start us off. Last week was our conference champions, our conference championship. Friday, we did have a couple games. In the American Championship, Tulane beat North Texas 34-21. The Sun Belt, James Madison beat Troy. Tulane won 34-21. James Madison won 31-14. Conference USA, Kennesaw State beat Jacksonville State 19-15. Mountain West, Boise State beat UNLV 38-21. And then on Saturday, we had the MAC. Western Michigan beat Miami of Ohio 23-13. Big 12, Texas Tech beat BYU 34-7. SEC, Georgia beat Alabama 28-7. Big 10, Indiana beat Ohio State 13-10. And then we did have the unthinkable, the chaos game, Duke, Virginia in the ACC championship game. Virginia wins. They're in the playoffs. Duke wins. All hell breaks loose? No, not that far, but chaos. And ladies and gentlemen, it was chaos. Duke beats Virginia 27-20 in overtime, which means Duke is a five-loss ACC champion, which means no way they make it to the college football playoffs. Because if you have more than two losses, you're not making it, right? Wrong. College football playoffs was announced on Sunday. The playoffs are looking like, I just had it. It's gone. Number 1 is Indiana. Number 2 is Ohio State. Number 3 is Georgia. Number 4 is Texas Tech. 5 is Oregon. 6 is... Oh, here, I just found it. Give me the picture. Yeah. 6 is Ole Miss. 7 is Bama. 9 is Miami. 10, Texas A&M. 11, Tulane. Oklahoma's in there somewhere too. And James Madison also gets in there at the number 12 seed. So I missed seeds up just a little bit. But yeah, our first round matchups is going to be Oregon versus James Madison, Bama versus Oklahoma, Ole Miss versus Tulane, and then Miami versus Texas A&M. First two out, BYU and Notre Dame. A lot of controversy between the two. All I'll say is I don't think Alabama should have gone through. One of Notre Dame or BYU should have taken their spot. But again, I am not a member of the College Football Playoff Committee. I should be. I feel I would do a great job there. This is my little plea. Get me in there. I'd make sense of the playoffs and who made it. But all we'll say is I'm looking forward to the playoffs this year. Couple games, I already know how it's going to turn out before the game even starts. But some matchups I'm pretty excited for. And then breaking news actually just happened today. University of Michigan is joining the coaching carousel as Sharon Moore has been let go. He is no longer going to be the head coach of the Michigan Wolverines. This is not football related. It is an inside incident between him and the school. Nothing major has been announced yet. Will I break it? Absolutely not. Will I share it with y'all? Maybe. We'll see. I'll probably forget all about this next week. But no, Michigan is going to be looking for a new head coach next year. That's really it for college. Army-Navy games this Saturday, so I'm not going to talk about bowl games. That'll be next. NFL, Week 14. What an exciting week it was. Thursday, Lions beat the Cowboys. Heck yeah, they did. 44-30. And then our Sunday games, the Dolphins beat the Jets 34-10. Steelers beat the Ravens 27-22. Saints beat the Buccaneers 24-20. Jags beat the Colts 36-19. Titans beat the Browns 31-29. Vikings beat the Commanders 31-0. Seahawks beat the Falcons 37-9. Bills beat the Bengals 39-34. Broncos beat the Raiders 24-17. Packers beat the Bears 28-21. Rams beat the Cardinals 45-17. Texans beat the Chiefs 20-10. And then Monday night, the Chargers did beat the Eagles 22-19. So I don't want to talk about it. So I'm not going to talk about it. But you know who is going to talk about it? Our favorite starch. Tato, how's it going?
Hey, it's me. It's that guy I am. Yeah, football was one of them weeks. You know how it is.
Yeah, I do know exactly how it is. About to say pretty unfortunate for both of us as our teams lost. Valiant efforts by each. But at least you didn't get the embarrassment of Mike Wazowski being the starting quarterback for most of your game. That was. I'm glad I didn't watch any of
with 5 picks.
Yeah, like I'm glad I didn't watch any of that stream because I would have lost my mind.
I watched the entirety of it.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, I've seen a lot of football games over 20 years. I've seen 3 of these now. It's fun to switch it up.
Yeah.
Never would be my absolute choice if it were one or the other, but it's once a year. I'll take one a year of these. I think is the right amount.
Yeah, I will say I periodically watched the Toy Story stream when it was the Falcons versus whoever it was. My mom thoroughly enjoyed that game. And so I got to watch it just a little bit during that. And just the little bit that I watched was hysterical. I wasn't going to watch this one. Different team playing, maybe I would have, but not that one. Yeah. So with
on my Bears, if I can, are we talking about the games or?
Yeah. Talk about the game.
Yeah, no. I mean, other than the score, ultimately everything I said happened. It took till the second half, but the running game got going. Fucking Micah Parsons was in Caleb's face, but did not touch him, as I said. Fucking, it was that close to being exactly as I said. So I know my football.
That close. You know what was nothing like what I said? The Browns. Titans getting the win there. Myles Garrett 1 sack. So I have predicted him to do craziness. Talking about Myles Garrett 3 times now. And it hasn't happened yet. Will I do it again this week? We'll see.
Put that evil on him, Murky Bobby. Actually, please. No, on second thought, please put that evil on him, Murky Bobby.
So with that, our records for the previous week. Brandon Cohen, our celebrity guest picker, making his second week, went 7-7, 50%. Nowhere near enough to. He did worse in this week than he did his first week. We still have Jay in the lead at 75, Antonio at 71, Chris Perkins at 69. See, the other 2 people, their second week, they did better. I don't know what Cohen was doing. But then we also have Jeremy Potter's at 67, Alec Miller at 60, and then Cohen still holding at that 56%. And then obviously everyone has done better than Kayla. I love her to death, but she's not good at predicting. She's not good at picking things. I mean, just look at her husband. There we go. So with that, I will say I don't want to speak too early. We have a jammed full week this week. Our celebrity guest picker this week is Big Business Jeremy Potters. Jeremy, how's it going?
It's great. Thanks for having me again, guys. I appreciate it.
Good to have you. Any thoughts that you want to share from the previous week?
Hoosiers are Big Ten champs. Number one, undefeated. It's incredible. I honestly thought I'd never see that in my lifetime. They're like until like last year, they were the losingest program in Division One football history. It's crazy. Kurt Cignetti's a beast. I hope nobody throws an absurd amount of money at him to get him to leave. Please stay forever.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, that was an incredible game. I mean, it wasn't pretty. That was a very ugly, not flashy championship game, but it was fun to watch. I'll say that.
Yeah, to take a team ranked to finish 14th in a conference supposedly with 10 teams, to get what, third place last year, technically, because they didn't make the championship game last year, to winning it all this year. Amazing turnaround. He did it with James Madison, and they're in the college football playoffs too. So
yeah.
So not only is his current team, his former team's there. Yeah, Indiana, you got to hold on to him because there's some schools and maybe some professional teams that are going to be calling him up. The same with Marcus Freeman, I think his name is, from Notre Dame. He's done coaching for Notre Dame this year. They are sitting out of this bowl season. So hold him down because going to be a lot of people calling his name.
Yeah, I don't like the skipping the bowl game. I get being pissy, but still, like, you're Notre Dame, you're mad because you're not playing football, and then you decide that because you're mad, you're not going to play football. That's weird. That's a weird direction to take. It's a bad look, I feel like just for fans, like, just let them play. Like, if you're not going to leave, come play a bowl game. Like, you're not.
Yeah,
it's a bowl game. It doesn't matter. You don't have to, like, kill yourself. Just put on a show for your fans. But and NBC, I'm sure they would have loved it.
Actually, what they should do, Notre Dame, if you're listening, as a form of rebellion against this system, just join a conference. It's not that hard. Quit being independent. Join a conference. You win your conference. Top 5 team conference champs are in. Had you have been a conference champion, you would have been in. No questions.
Go grab UConn, jump in the American.
Exactly.
Steamroll everyone for the next 5 years. Just knock it off. It's silly.
Mac.
It's silly.
The American, they might not steamroll everybody. The Mid-Atlantic, absolutely. Plus, I always throw.
I don't know. They're tough.
I always throw UConn in the MAC too, so it just makes sense. But we are going to lose Tato with this college football talk because the man thinks Wyoming is a Big Ten school.
I will say, like, I'm only a bandwagon fan because of IU. But everybody that's going, oh, we shouldn't have these little schools in because they're going to get absolutely destroyed. I remember Boise State beating Oklahoma in the Fiesta Bowl. Like, this can't happen. This is Kurt Cignetti's, like, what was left of his JMU team and the stuff that they're coming up behind his ideas. Watch out. Like, there might be one of these games that get wonky.
Is James Madison related to Billy Madison?
No.
Oh.
No. One was an American hero. The other one got a university named after him. Someone got the joke. But no, it wasn't that long ago when Appalachian State, a Sun Belt school, beat Michigan, a Big Ten school. So it's bound to happen. But you know what's crazier than having one celebrity guest picker, Tato?
What's that?
Having 2 celebrity guest pickers.
Shit.
Also showing up, making his return to hopefully do better than he did last week. Or not last week, but last time he was here. Alec Miller claiming best defense in the league. Alec, how's it going?
It's pretty good, man. It feels good. It feels good to be on a nice little win streak. Cardinals coming up next. I'm feeling good.
And then anything any thoughts that you'd like to share of just football in general over this past week?
What's happening? what's going on in football? We had Indiana beating Ohio State to take the number 1 spot. Everyone's all up in arms about Notre Dame missing the playoffs. I don't really care. Join a conference. And then
That's what I said.
join a conference.
Yeah.
And then you have the one thing that everybody else doesn't have, and you're complaining still. Like I don't want to hear it. And then NFL, I don't really know what's going on. Broncos are number 1 team in the league. Patty Mahomes is going to miss the playoffs for the first time since getting drafted. It's wild, but if there's a good time as any to win a championship, it's this year. Look at you, Josh Allen.
Absolutely.
No excuses.
And as we into week 15, we have added a couple more teams to the list of eliminated teams. So far in the AFC, we have the Jets, Browns, Titans, and Raiders. One team in each division eliminated out of the playoffs. And in the NFC, we have the Commanders, the Giants, the Falcons, the Saints, and the Cardinals also eliminated from playoff contention. One other crazy thing is a couple teams have a chance to lock down a playoff spot. I believe it's 2, might be 1. I think it's 2. I know the Rams, with a win, they have clinched a playoff spot, not the division, but they have at least clinched a playoff spot. And then the Patriots, if they win, they are playing Buffalo this upcoming week. If they win, they clinch the division. If they lose, then nothing. But yeah, a lot of fun there. There is also a chance to clinch a playoff spot with some losses and then some other losses happening later on down. So I can't wait for next week when I say clinching the playoffs. We will see them come January and February. These teams. I say that it will probably just be one team. But with that, gentlemen, are we ready to make some predictions?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, let's start this off with our Thursday night game. The Atlanta Falcons are traveling to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. Falcons, again, eliminated from playoff contention. Tampa Bay is fighting for the division because that looks like that's the only way they're going to be able to make the playoffs. Big news for this game. The Buccaneers have activated Mike Evans and Jalen McMillan off of the IR. Still questionable to actually play. But guys, Mike Evans still has a shot at 1,000-yard season. I will go ahead and start this one off. Buccaneers are 4.5-point favorites. Buccaneers have also lost 2 games in a row. Just one game. They got really close against the Cardinals. But other than that, they've been on a really bad losing streak. Falcons also a big losing streak. They've lost 2 in a row. But other than 1 win in the last 5 games, both these teams have had really, really bad seasons based on what they wanted, what they were hoping to, especially with this being the division last year. I will go first on this one. Kirk Cousins making that start, obviously, too. So it's a primetime game for him, and we all know how he does. But Thursday night's a crazy night. Craziness happens, and I am thinking Bijan Robinson goes off and is the reason the Falcons win. Tato, who do you have?
I'm gonna stick with the Bucks here on this one. Home game. I do hope Bijan does things, obviously, for fantasy purposes. So I think, honestly, I'm locked for playoffs in that league anyway. So we'll see what happens. And playoffs already started in the other league, so gonna be a delightful season. I made playoffs in both fantasy leagues, as an aside. Hey,
Good for you. Right now, I'm half in my 4 leagues. All right, Jeremy, who is your pick?
Tampa Bay's been just crashing the last month, and they don't seem to look any better. They still got a win a couple weeks ago, but they don't look great. So I'm going to say the Falcons. Yeah, it's Thursday night. Well, Kirk Cousins magic, if that's what he's got. It might be black magic, but because he's so old. He keeps sticking around. But yeah.
Yeah, you remember when everyone was saying Baker Mayfield MVP? Alec, who is your pick to win this game?
Because of the collapse that this team has had, I want to go Falcons, but when I watch them, like there's nothing that I think is good. Even Bijan is just like he can't get started. They can't scheme anything up for him. So I'm gonna go the Bucks. Yeah, especially with the Panthers playing against the same team that just beat the Bucks. They're in desperation mode. So I'm gonna say the Bucks take that one.
All right. Next, we move on to the Sunday games. And we talked about a major collapse in the Buccaneers. Well, we're going to talk about an even more major collapse, and that is the Las Vegas Raiders are traveling to Philadelphia Eagles to play the best team in the league, in my opinion. Definitely not a fact. The Philadelphia Eagles. Again, Eagles are fighting for the division. Their magic number is 3. 3 wins, and they clinch. Dallas loses 3, and they clinch. So I'm really hoping they 3 because I don't think I actually really like the Eagles' chances. Vegas is out of the playoffs, but still have a chance to play spoiler. Big news with this one. Jalen Carter is questionable. He missed last week due to some shoulder surgery. And then Geno Smith is listed as doubtful, but it is looking like he is not going to play. Former Philadelphia Eagle and Super Bowl champion Kenny Pickett might be making his first start of the season, first appearance of the season, I believe. But somehow Philadelphia is an 11.5-point favorite. I say somehow. I know exactly how, because it's the Oakland Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders, they moved. Tato, give me some.
I am going to take the Philadelphia Eagles here. As obvious as I've made that prediction the past several weeks, excluding the Bears, and it hasn't gone. Third time's a charm.
Has to, right? It has to. All right, Jeremy, your turn.
Yeah, Eagles by a bunch. The Raiders are hilarious. They're unwatchable. I feel sorry for anybody who has to actually sit through this.
All right, and Alec, who do you...
Everything I said about the Falcons, just double that for the Raiders. There's nothing. Even though I thought Genty would be fun to watch, he just can't get it. He can't get anything going. So I can't the universe would probably explode if the Eagles, Chiefs, Bengals all missed the playoffs all in the same year. The universe would probably implode. So I'm gonna say the Eagles win. And yeah, please just I don't want to see the Cowboys in the playoffs.
Exactly. It's been over 20 years since the last repeat division champion. Let's fix that this year, guys. But I'm about to do something crazy. So all year, I make my predictions well before the show. I say well before. It's a couple hours before the show usually. And I always stick with it. So if I hear news later in the day, it doesn't matter. I'm sticking with it. But I'm a little superstitious. And every time you see 4 or 5 people pick one way, the opposite happens. And I am willing to lose the prediction on one game if it means the Eagles win. I wrote down the Eagles are winning, but I am changing that prediction right now. And hey, if I get somehow the universe does implode and the Eagles lose, which could happen, and I get the win, I guess I'll take it. But I would rather risk losing this prediction than the universe saying 4 people predicted the Eagles to win on a mediocre YouTube show. So I'm going to prove all 4 of them wrong. I'm taking that hit, guys. You're welcome for this win. Give me the Raiders. I have to go to the bathroom and throw up after saying that. As I contemplate my life, we will move on to the next one. We talked about it a little bit already. The Bills are traveling to New England to take on the Patriots. Patriots win. They win the division. Bills win. Patriots still have a shot at a playoff spot with some fun stuff. Bills are a 1.5-point favorite. really most everyone's healthy. Harold Landry is questionable. Joey Bosa is questionable. But for the most part, we're seeing that full team out for both guys. So, again, I'm going to go rethink my life choices. Jeremy, give me some predictions here.
I don't know what the weather's going to be like. I'm just hoping that it's snow, like a good classic snow game. These teams are both pretty damn good. Where is it? Is it at Buffalo or New England?
New England.
I'll give it to New England. Like, yeah. Just based on home and away. I'll just say give it to the home team.
All right, Alec, we go to you next.
Yeah, any other year I'd go for the best quarterback, and especially after that performance that Josh Allen just had this past week, to stay in the hunt and all that, and kind of eliminate the Bengals altogether. But something about this, there's not enough on that Bills team. He has no help. As we've been saying that for years, and it's almost like they should have kept Diggs a long time ago. But yeah, I don't think they can keep up with his defense in New England. And Drake May is making me a believer, because I was not a believer when he came out of college. So I'm gonna go with Patriots with the sweep.
Yeah, pull out the sweep. Josh Allen did have a crazy game last week. The Bills still somehow almost lost that game, and there's been a bunch of that where they barely pull out some wins. But really, the number one team in the NFL right now, in my opinion, is the Philadelphia Eagles. I already said it. The second best team in the NFL, in my personal opinion, is the New England Patriots. Crazy to say. Patriots are on top. It was a great break, guys. But they've been playing pretty complete football. And can you believe week 1 they lost to the Raiders? Because I can't believe that. I think we get our first division clinched here. I think the Patriots win. Tato finishes out on this one.
Yeah, the Patriots are very good. I am going to, however, ride the hot hand. I caught some of that Bengals Bills action, and yeah, Josh was just on fire. I think he's going to keep rolling. I'm going to take the Bills here. This is just a good game of football, though.
All right, next we move on to the Cardinals traveling to Houston to take on the Texans. Texans are a 9.5-point favorite. Again, I don't know if anybody really missing this one. So, Alec, start us off. Who is your pick?
Any other year, I would say trap game. I'd be scared about this game against the Cardinals, but the defense is. I think the defense is playing great, playing too good to fall into a trap game. I'm not really scared of that Cardinals defense, and the Texans have been beating quarterbacks that they had never beaten this year. They've been beating them all this year. They beat. They finally beat. Well, it wasn't Lamar, but we beat the Ravens. We've never beaten the Ravens before. Finally beat Patty, and most people don't know we've never beaten Jacoby Brissett. When he played for the Patriots, we lost. When he played with the Colts, we lost. So I think we're gonna close that out. I think it's gonna be a very bad day for Jacoby, and hopefully the offense can turn it up, because the offense was kind of looking a little iffy last week, but they were dealing with probably one of the best defensive tackles in the league with our offensive line. So I think we're gonna have a pretty decent game. CJ's gonna have a coming out party, and it's gonna be a blowout.
Absolutely. Yeah, Houston, I believe it's a 5-game winning streak. Arizona, 5-game losing streak. So very, very different streaks going into this. I don't remember if it was this week or last week, but Kyler Murray is likely out for the season as his injuries are not progressing like he thought. It's really the new Call of Duty game, guys. Let's be honest here.
He's on his way out anyways.
Yeah. But the crazy thing, the crazy thing though is Jacoby Brissett, while not playing a full season, has thrown the football 346 times. I don't know what the record is for the most passing attempts in a season, but I think he'll hit it. I think he'll hit most passing attempts in a game, but nowhere near the most completions because let's be honest, that team doesn't have a lot of weapons right now. Yeah, I would say trap game, but again, that Texans defense has been crazy, really all year, and I do think that team's just been playing. If I were to tell you, Davis Mills is going to play 3 games for the Texans, and that's going to start a streak. Everyone's like, "Oh, 3-game losing streak." No, that was a 3-game winning streak. Yeah, I think Texans are fighting for their playoff hopes, fighting for division title, hopefully repeating in the AFC South. I have the Texans getting the win here. Tato, we move on to you.
Yeah, I got some horns on my head here. The Texans have been playing really feisty lately. The Cardinals have not. It's in Houston. I will take the Texans.
And Jeremy, finish us off.
Yeah, Houston looks like the scariest team right now to me in the league. Like their defense is one of those where they use the word swarming. Those guys are everywhere all the time. All the time. They're everywhere.
Yeah.
Good luck. This could be really, really ugly. This might be one of those games where they just go to a different game, like in the third quarter.
Kamari Lassiter literally said that when he's on the field, all he thinks is he's out there to kill, and that's scary.
Yeah.
That's great.
Like it.
All right, so we are all going with the Texans. Next game, I have the Ravens traveling to Cincinnati to take on the Bengals. Ravens are 2.5-point favorites. Again, neither team in the lead as far as division goes, but both teams trying to get the division, trying to get some wins to hopefully catch up with the Steelers to get that division in there. I'll start us off with this one. This is a repeat of the Thanksgiving game when somehow the Bengals pulled it off. And one crazy thing is just in the last 2 weeks, because even though the Bengals lost last week, their defense has been actually playing pretty good. It's hard to stop Josh Allen, but they did it for a good chunk of that game. It's hard to stop Lamar Jackson. They did it. And now they're coming home to do the exact same thing they just did a couple weeks ago. I think Bengals get the win here. Tato, what about you?
I mean, I guess fuck letting the fan pick first, but
oh gosh, it is the Ravens game. That's Jeremy. Sorry.
It's okay.
The order worked out perfectly for Alec. Jeremy, I'm sorry. I'm a horrible host. I called my show mediocre for a reason.
Well, it's okay. Being a Ravens fan, I am accustomed to people fumbling things. So, no worries. It's what we do now. We lay the ball on the ground. We did it 5 times against the Bengals last time. If we don't do that, maybe just one, we can give it to them once. That's fine. That's nice. It's the holiday season. Sure. We can win. If we do what we did last time, no, we're going to get rolled again. Joe Burrow's a good quarterback. I don't like to give him any credit, but if we give him the ball 5 extra times, we're going to get smoked. So ball security, we win. Turnovers, we get blown out of the water. So
which
I'm
one?
going to say we win.
Okay. I mean, it could be worse. He could throw an interception. Somehow your offense causes a fumble on the return. He picks the ball up and then fumbles it while he's getting tackled, being the second player in 30-plus years of 2 turnovers in 1 play. Could be worse. Now, Tato, who do you think is going to win?
Yeah, I think the Ravens get this one back.
All right, and Alec.
Yeah, this is probably Lamar's worst year. It's crazy. I don't really know. I hope it's just the injury during the year. And Joe Burrow, I would say, is probably the reason that the Bengals lost last week. It wasn't the defense. He threw those 2 horrible picks. back to back, really. So I think he's gonna bounce back, even though they're not really playing for anything. Both teams, I mean, the Ravens are playing for something, but I think they're kind of sleepwalking until the end of the season. Bengals, if they lose this, they're out. I'll say Ravens. I'll say they split. Division games are division games.
All right. Next, we move on. The Chargers traveling to Kansas City to take on the Chiefs. Chiefs are a 4.5-point favorite. Again, they played each other week 1. And Chargers got the win. Herbert still has that hand injury. Is listed as questionable. Played very well Monday night, so I don't foresee anything saying he's not going to play. But weirder things have happened. Tato, start us off. Who's your pick?
Fuck it. Nail in the coffin. Chargers.
All right, Jeremy, who's your pick here?
Chargers and who? I didn't hear you.
Chiefs.
Oh yeah, come on. Like let's do it. Like let's put Andy Reid out on one of those little floating things and then shoot it with a flaming arrow. Let's give him a Viking funeral and send him off. No, yeah, come on, Los Angeles, come on, please do it. So yes, that.
All right, and Alec, who's your pick?
No way. The NFL gods will not allow us to not talk about Patty until at least week 16.
They're called rest.
I think the Chargers. I think Justin Herbert he's tough as hell, man. But that offense didn't look good on Monday. They won that game because Jalen Hurts throws picks.
It's not why they won the game.
He throws picks. But yeah,
he got the field goal range too many times. That's what happened.
I'm scared, man. Like it's cold. It's gonna be really cold there in Arrowhead. Chris Jones is gonna be coming down the middle. I think Justin Herbert's gonna have a hard time. If he finishes the game, it'd be a miracle. I am picking the Chiefs. Even though I would like for both of these guys to tie and then help the Texans move up a little higher in that wild card.
And that could happen.
It could.
Tying is an option. But man, who could see the Chiefs having a historic collapse and missing the playoffs? Tato, who would ever guess that would happen?
I can't call it.
Yeah, like no one ever in the history of Patrick Mahomes being the quarterback would ever call that to happen. No, I called it last year. And want to know what's crazy? They're doing even worse than I predicted them to do last year. It's crazy. I mean, we can say all we want that it's going to be cold, and we think Herbert's gonna struggle there. Their run game has been doing great, and Omarion Hampton is back. Did pretty decent last week, but again, I'll call that a warm-up game. And that defense too, causing what 5+ turnovers in a game, 4 interceptions. Some of those were bad throws, some of those were bad reads by Hurts, but there were some that one to seal the game was just great heads-up defense. Not only to get the tap on the ball, but then for the other cornerback to actually be able to see it while it's happening, to adjust mid routes to actually get the interception.
And his teammate tackling him.
Yeah. As soon as I saw him run, I'm like, please fumble it. Somehow fumble that ball. That Chargers defense is pretty scary. I don't care if it's inside or outside. I wouldn't want to play them, and I just did last week. I think the Chargers are really hot right now, and that's scary. Whether they're able to ride it to a division win, we'll see. But give me the Chargers.
It's probably Denver's division.
It probably is, but
is.
Denver's – we'll talk about them in a little bit.
I don't trust Bo Nix.
All right, next we have the Browns traveling to Chicago to take on the Bears. Bears are a 7.5-point favorite. I'm going to act like I've been here before. Tato, who's your pick here?
Yeah, I do take the Bears to bounce back on this one at home. That's a tough stretch. A couple of road games against two really good fucking NFC teams, and the Eagles and the Packers didn't go the Bears' way, but it was, like I said, it was a competitive football game. That's all you can ask for. I do think they definitely get back on a winning track in front of the home crowd.
All right, who's your pick?
I'm gonna go with the Bears, but you guys talk about trap games. This feels like the trap game this week. Like this feels like can these guys bounce back from losing a close one to Green Bay and like just keep playing football, or is a problem going to come up? Are they going to be the Bears like from the past 10 years or so? But I think their coaching is just good enough to keep them going. Like they've got a good thing going, and they'll just keep moving on. And the Browns really suck, so they should win. So I'm gonna go with the Bears.
They should. Alec, who's your pick?
Yeah, this could be a trap game for sure. Especially Shedeur just getting the nod to start the rest of the season. Probably had his best game against a bad Tennessee defense. So I want to pick the Browns because I am a Shedeur fan. I think he should have went in the first round. But this run game in Chicago is dynamic. Like Monungai and Swift running the way they're running is a lot of fun to watch. So I'm gonna go with the Bears.
All right, and as I finish this out, I'm looking at the stats. Myles Garrett, 20 sacks, 3.5 to that record, I believe. So it could happen this week. Am I going to predict it to happen? Absolutely not. You're welcome, Tato. But I'm looking at the passing leader for the Browns, and it's crazy to believe. And it's Dylan Gabriel. He's thrown 937 yards. Didn't even play that many games. But that just shows you how bad that quarterback situation is. And yep, Shedeur getting the start at least for the rest of the season. Now we'll see how well he's able to hold on to that. If he throws a multi-interception game like he did last week, could happen. Probably will happen. But Caleb's on track is trying to get 4,000. First Bears quarterback in history, 4,000 in a season. So I think he'll get a couple hundred this week. It's not a bold prediction by any means. It's easy to get a couple hundred yards when you're a good quarterback. Give me the Bears to win.
He just can't miss open reads, man. Can't miss open reads.
All right. Next we have the Jets traveling to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Again, Jets are out of playoff contention. Jags currently have the AFC South. We'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks. Jeremy, I'll have you start us off here. Who is your pick to win this one?
Jets are really, really bad. And the Jaguars are like just watching like the replays of the games because they're never on here for me to like actually watch live. They're fun. That's a feisty kind of gunslinging. Sometimes we're real bad, but when we're good, we're real good kind of team. And I like teams like that. So yeah, I think the Jags will take care of business, no problem.
All right, and Alec.
I don't even know who's playing quarterback for the Jets right now. Like that's how bad that quarterback situation there is in New York. I don't know who's playing, but the Texans fan in me wants the Jaguars to lose, and they're capable of losing. As someone who pays attention to them, they are capable of losing this game. But they just traded. They traded a bunch of their defensive guys away, so the defense is not scary. The offense is not scary, and yeah, the Jaguars have been playing really well lately. That was to me that Colts game last week was probably a quintessential game for Trevor Lawrence because he looked really good. And I'm not a Trevor Lawrence fan. I think he's a fraud. But yeah, I'll go Jags. Go tie. But no, I'll take Jags.
I heard Jags first. So to answer your question though, Tyrod Taylor and Justin Fields are both questionable. Tyrod Taylor is technically the starting quarterback on that depth chart, but if both of them are unable to go, third string quarterback is Brady Cook out of Missouri. 14 completed passes so far, 163 yards, 2 interceptions.
I watched that Missouri team when he was there. I think they were not good because of that offense. It was not because of him that they were ever ranked.
That's why they weren't good. It has nothing to do with the fact that it's not a good team at all, offense or defense. I will go ahead and go next on this one. Also, fun fact, Trevor Lawrence listed as questionable as he is fighting a knee injury, I believe. Ankle injury. Probably is going to play, but Nick Mullins might make his first start. We'll see. But you know who's been electric this year for the Jaguars? Travis Etienne. You know who I'm really glad I picked up in a trade in one of my fantasy leagues? Travis Etienne. No running backs, but was able to make some great trades and got a running back. It was great. And now I'm third. So playoff team. But yeah, no, you know who else? You know who else is a playoff team? The Jags, because they get the win. Tato, finish us off.
Yep, I will join that. I think the Jags win this one pretty soundly.
All right. And then our final 1 o'clock game. This is the Toilet Bowl game, the game that deserves to be the 3 a.m. to be game. The Commanders. Yeah. The Commanders traveling to New Jersey to take on the Giants. Giants are 2.5-point favorites. Jaden Daniels is out as he re-aggravated his elbow. Still no major damage, so we don't know what the rest of the season holds for him. But we know what the rest of the season holds for best tight end in the world, Zach Ertz. Torn ACL. He is out for the season and hopefully just the season. Zach, I hope you come back. Alec. Yep, Alec, I'll have you start with this one.
Yeah, this is going to be a stinker of a game. Unless Jackson Dart has one of those, like, crazy performances. I'm going to go the Giants because the Commanders, what a fall off for this team from last year. And with Jaden Daniels out, I don't like Oregon quarterbacks. I think Oregon quarterbacks are not good. So I don't like Mariota. I don't think he's gonna have a bad game. And this Giants pass rush, even though they don't win a lot of games. That pass rush gets to people, gets to quarterbacks. So I'm gonna say the Giants win.
Well, no word on if Abdul Carter is going to be able to behave the rest of this week, so he can be on that defense for every part of that game, as he was suspended for the first couple drives their last game. But yeah, no, I'm going to share very similar sentiments to Alec. I think Jackson Dart has some crazy drives. And yeah, while Mariota is a good quarterback, there's a reason he's not starting outside of injuries. I do think that the Giants pull it out. It'll be a close game, but mainly because both teams are not good. Give me the Giants. Tato, what's your pick?
Yeah, I'll take the Giants at home mainly because I still want Antonio walking the earth.
True. And Jeremy.
Yeah, like I hope it's an entertaining game. Like at least like close enough, makes it not too god awful to sit through for the people that have to. But the Giants will win. Just I like Jackson Dart. I like the go bro attitude. So.
Yeah, stop telling him to play different. Let that man play football. Damn it, yeah. He's a football player.
We need gunslingers.
No. Dive. If there's a defender coming at you, dive.
I think he underestimated how fast Caden Ellis was.
Yes.
You don't get to hang out in the cool blue tent if you dive. I mean, come on.
The goal is not to be in that tent. There's no prize.
He thinks it's a nightclub. He thinks it's like a tiny little private place. So he wants to go like see what's inside. He doesn't remember when he leaves, so he wants to keep going back.
Maybe it's like the dark side. They have cookies.
I just figured it out.
He's like,
Is
Cam in there? Where's my buddy?
He's trying to get injured so that he can win comeback player of the year next year. That's what's going on. That's why he's trying to get a concussion.
Him and Scattaboo.
Yeah.
They're going to be competing for it next year.
It's like all my heroes have CTE. Man.
He is trying to out Tua. All right. Our next game, we have a list of 425 games. No 405 games this week, but a bunch of 425s. And we just talked about a pretty crappy Oregon quarterback. So let's talk about another pretty crappy Oregon quarterback. As the Green Bay Packers travel to Denver to take on the Broncos, Packers are a 2.5-point favorites. And Tato, I shared this sentiment quite a bit last year. I don't think I have yet to share this sentiment at all this year. But while yes, the Broncos are number one in the AFC right now, and I think NFL in general, there's one true statement that I must say, and that is Bo Nix is trash. Outside of a couple decent quarters, he's trash. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. Packers travel to Denver and get the win and expose Bo Nix for the garbage quarterback that he is. And see me next week where I have to apologize because he balls out. I doubt it'll happen, but it could. Tato, who's your pick?
Broncos, really, really tough D here. Maybe it's a touch because I need it, but I do genuinely have the Broncos getting the W here. They have 11 wins for a reason, or 10 or what have you.
And you've been to Denver, so it's another category. All right, Jeremy, well, who's your pick?
I think I'm going to take the Packers. Like you said, like Bo Nix is sometimes okay, and then sometimes he's the reason they make fun of Bo Nix. So you don't know. And the Packers defense is tough. Those guys are good. They're big, strong, fast dudes. They get in your face. Even if they don't get to the quarterback, they're going to make him move around a lot. So I'm going to give it to the Packers.
All right. And Alec, finish us off.
Yeah, you said Bo Nix is sometimes okay. I think okay is kind of his ceiling. He's okay. Like he's okay. The only Oregon quarterback that I've been wrong about was Justin Herbert, and I don't plan on being wrong about Bo Nix. I think he's bad too. But the defense is great, and this Packers defense is sometimes shaky, but I feel like Jordan Love found it last week. Was really fine. He's really been finding it lately, and I'm gonna go the Packers. Yeah, F Bo Nix.
Absolutely. All right. Next we have the Colts. Find that game. Traveling to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Daniel Jones, very unfortunate, tore his Achilles last week. So he is done for the rest of the season. Sauce Gardner is questionable with a calf injury. One of their receivers is also questionable. I don't remember where it is. And then the Seahawks are doing pretty good. But to make matters worse for the Colts, not only are they without Daniel Jones, Riley Leonard, former Notre Dame quarterback, who played quite a bit last week, is also questionable as he is fighting, I believe it's a knee injury. Anthony Richardson is nowhere to be seen. Probably never going to play in the NFL again. Maybe we'll see. So what do the Colts do at quarterback? They could suit up Jonathan Taylor. That would make sense. Just let him be the quarterback, run every single play.
I mean, there has to be some free agent quarterbacks, right? Like,
yeah, there has to be a free agent quarterback. Get Cam Newton out of retirement. He's not old. No. The Indianapolis Colts made it official on Monday. They signed Phillip Rivers to their practice squad. Whether that means he starts, we don't know. But yes, 44. Yeah, it's probably going to happen. 44-year-old Phillip Rivers, after 4 years at home with his 12 kids, couple grandkids, was like, no, I'm done with this. I'm going back to playing. He will be playing for the Indianapolis Colts again, probably starting. We'll have to see. And it's elder abuse, that defense he's going up against. So, Tato, if 2025 couldn't get crazy enough, Phillip Rivers, and to make things crazy, Daniel Jones is number 17. They are suiting up Phillip Rivers as number 17.
I love it.
Yeah.
He's gonna I don't know. This feels weird.
Tato, make sense of this. Give me a prediction. Who you think's gonna win?
Oh boy. Yeah, let's take a quick peek here. I'm gonna go ahead and say the Seahawks. Sam Darnold, not a pumpkin, as it turns out. Fucking old ass man, Uncle. It's gonna be an absolute delight. You know what image though I just thought of, because fucking Daniel Jones' injury was on his other leg from the broken fibula, and then I just got the image of Ace Ventura when nature calls. I wonder if that's how he felt when he went down.
He might have did that.
Oh, buddy.
All right, Jeremy, who's your pick here?
Alrighty then.
This is the craziest shit I've ever heard. Well, of course he's going to start. Phillip Rivers is going to start. You do not get a guy to give up his Hall of Fame eligibility to be on your practice squad. Nobody is that bored and wants to hurt. Like, nobody. So he's going to start. He's going to throw 100 interceptions, and he might, he might die. Like, this poor old man might get killed in Seattle. They're like the third best team in the league, probably. I had the Seattle defense on like 2 of my fantasy teams. The last 2 weeks, they've been my highest scoring player. They're absurd. And it's going to be the ugliest thing. They should have canceled it. Chris Ballard should be fired. They should have a re-election of the mayor of Indianapolis. None of this should have happened.
Here's my favorite one.
Where's Tommy DeVito? There is a 24-year-old dude out there who can play football for a couple weeks. It's absurd. The Seahawks by 40.
Phillip Rivers was on the same NFL team as Doug Flutie.
Goodness.
It's absurd. He has grandchildren. Oh,
he was coaching. He was coaching high school football. I believe he's actually coaching.
Running the Colts offense.
Yeah, he's running Shane Steichen's offense in high school. I'm actually pulling up a list of the QBs that are available.
Yeah, that's the only thing where I've heard is like, well, he knows the system. I'm like, he has an AARP card. He's literally up for vote this year. Like, he's literally like going into the Hall of Fame, and he's like, nah. You guys hang out here. I'm gonna run to Indy for a few weeks.
And it's not like they threw a bag of money at him. Like, you're doing it for the love of the game, man. Man. So here are a couple
more power to him. I hope he's fine. The Colts, I don't understand. I don't get it.
So here's a couple quarterbacks that are available that they could get. Taylor Heineke, which, I mean, not great, but he's not.
It's a guy.
40. None of these guys are 40.
Taylor Heineke has some charisma, so.
Yeah, Taylor Heineke has some decent games in Washington.
What's Gardner Minshew up to?
I don't know. You have Nate Sudfeld, Clayton Tune, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, he's young, super athletic. Like you could do something with him. And Bryce Perkins. Like, it's crazy that they went to go get Phillip Rivers. But that's, I guess, when Shane Steichen, I guess he has that feeling that his offense is the reason that they are in the position they're at. And he's probably right, because I thought the Colts were going to be bottom of the division this year. So I give them all
they're about to be.
But maybe that confidence is going to get someone killed, because this is not the defense. It's just the same way I said about the Texans, of like, this could very much be a trap game. This could be a trap game, but that defense is.
Yeah, Jeff Saturday is not trotting out there.
Yeah, this is defense is different. Like, and then JSN is balling. Sam Darnold's having a great season. Seahawks they're going to cover by like double.
14 is the current spread.
They're going to win by like 28.
Yeah.
14 I think is the biggest spread I generally have seen in a game.
For an NFL game, man, that is crazy.
That's a crazy spread.
That's a high school. I mean, that's a college. That's a college football spread.
So Alec just gave the list of free agent quarterbacks that the Colts could have signed. And that's not even mentioning the practice squad quarterbacks that they could have signed. Or heck, call the Giants. Hey, Russell Wilson's not doing anything. I know this is collusion and against NFL rules. Can you please cut him? We'll make a trade during the offseason. We'll give you a pick for it. But can you please cut him? Just something. Get someone off the practice squad.
Shane Steichen, no, give me the 40-year-old.
Can you not buy Jameis Winston's contract or something? Like, I don't know all the rules. There has to be something else.
Yeah. What I will say, though, is I'm looking at the rest of their season. After this, they have the 49ers, then they had the Jags, and then they finish it up against the Texans. So this is very much – they still have some hopes. They still want something. They still have some huge hopes for this year. Obviously, one game back behind the Jags. They play them again. Stranger things have happened. And like, for the most part, Jeremy's telling me no. All he has to do is hand the ball to Jonathan Taylor. Essentially, get some quick passes. They have a good receiving room. They have a great tight end right now. I think they're going to win. I think the Colts are going to win. One game the rest of the season. Like, they got to beat the 49ers, right? It's straight up abuse, putting him up against this Seattle Seahawks defense. If he can outlast this one week and play next week, I am really going to look forward to that game. But this defense is, in my opinion, one of the best defenses out there. I would say them and the Chargers and the Eagles, top three. Not even close with anybody else behind them. Okay, maybe the Broncos. No, not the Broncos. I think the Seahawks get the win. 21, 24 points. They kick a field goal randomly. It's like to end the first half. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be good at all.
If
Next,
touchdown, though, he's going to get in someone's face. See it.
Yeah, but we do have an old quarterback who has been balling this year, and that's Matt Stafford. Our next game, we have the Lions traveling to Los Angeles to take on the Rams. Rams are a 5.5-point favorite. Jeremy, I will start off with you. Who's your pick here?
That's tough. The Lions, like, they're so hurt, but they're so talented. Like, they are stacked top to bottom, but they just have so many injuries. And even guys that are playing, they're all kind of hurt. it seems like. The Rams just keep on trucking, man. Like they just have been good all year, consistent. I think they get the dub. Like Matt Stafford has been playing better than he's played the last since he won the Super Bowl. So I don't see any reason to change. Like you said, I mean, to think of Matt Stafford as old makes me feel old, but he is old. And if he's old and Philip Rivers is playing, how? Never mind. No, yeah, I'm gonna go Rams. They're tough. The NFC West, like they're the gem out there right now. So I think they're just gonna keep looking good.
All right, and Alec.
Yeah, Matty is having a MVP season. He's probably going to win the MVP. Puga is an alien. The defense is playing awesome over there in LA, and I feel like I don't know if I've seen the Lions put together two really good games back to back this season. So I think that the Rams are gonna, and I think they're gonna clinch with this, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I believe when they clinch a playoff spot.
Okay, so I think they're gonna clinch a playoff spot for sure. And the Rams look scary in the playoffs looking towards the playoffs, and so I'm gonna go with the Rams.
All right, I'm gonna echo the sentiments that have been mentioned earlier. I do like this Lions team. I think, especially as of late, they have been playing very similar to how they played last year. But also, if you look at last year, their season ended with a lot of injuries, especially in the secondary, which proved to be their biggest flaw, was not enough depth. And we look at them again this year, and that secondary is beat up. Both their safeties are questionable if they play or not. I believe starting cornerback also out. And whenever you are playing a phenomenal quarterback, great deep threat receiving options, it's not a really easy thing to overcome. I will say I think Matt Stafford is playing better than he did a couple years ago when they won the Super Bowl. I'm picking the Rams to get the win and clinch a playoff spot. Tato, who's your pick?
I am going to join the party here, but I am less easy about it than you guys picking against Goff in a dome. That's a thing. That is a place where he wins a fucking lot. So just want to point that out, but I will take the Rams.
And in LA, where there's not really like a home crowd like issue that you have to worry about.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I think the Rams have a better home field advantage than the Chargers do, but still, yeah, definitely nowhere near as much as like most teams would have a home field advantage.
LA don't like football.
Yeah. Next, we have the Panthers traveling to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Panthers are a 2.5-point favorite. Again, Carolina trying to win the division. Have a couple more wins that they need to get there. And then the Saints just playing to have fun. Alec, I will start off with you. Who gets the win here?
This has been, to me, maybe I'm the only one in this boat, but I've had a lot of fun watching this Panthers team. I like seeing this kind of revival for Bryce Young. I was telling people last year, don't sell, because I like to collect cards out, and people were like, get rid of the Bryce Young. Like, don't worry about Bryce Young. You can stop buying that stock. I was saying buy the stock because I think he's still going to be good. His size is a problem, sure, but he's out there making plays. He's got that leadership. I think he's got that leadership quality that you're looking for. That unfortunately, I don't think my quarterback has sometimes. I think CJ's missing sometimes. With that being said, the Saints coming off on a to me that was the height of their season last week, and it's probably not going to get any better than that. I think the Panthers win and get even closer to making the playoffs. Wouldn't that be nuts? Chiefs missed the playoffs, but Panthers in. That'd be crazy.
I mean, I don't think it's crazy because I think it's going to happen. Panthers have been my pick to win the division since week one. And it's crazy to believe that we're here now. And they have played awful sometimes. But they've also played really good sometimes. And my biggest fear is that they're away. And they don't play good on the road. And they've already lost to the Saints. And my biggest fear is that they're away and they don't play good on the road. And they've already lost to the Saints. And they don't play good on the road. And they've already lost to the Saints. And they don't play good on the road. And they've already lost to the Saints. And they don't play good on the road. And they've already lost to the Saints. And they don't play good on the road. And they've already lost to the Saints. And they don't play good on the road. And they've already lost to the Saints. And they don't play good on the road. And they've already lost to the Saints. And they don't play good on the road. And they've already lost to the Saints. And they don't play good on the road. And they've already lost to the Saints. And they don't play good on the road. And they've already lost to the Saints. And they don't play good on the road. And they've already lost to the Saints. And they don't play good on the road. And they've already lost to the Saints. And they don't play good on the ro but it's in a dome, so there's no weather. And so my mind is telling me no, but my body is telling me yes. Give me the Panthers. Tato, who's your pick?
Yeah, I'll take the Panthers here. I just really think the Saints don't have it together. Albeit they are a little more feisty in recent weeks than they were at the beginning of the season.
They're number one pick bound for sure.
Arch Manning and Jeremy.
This is the one where I'm gonna just have fun. I like that Tyler Schaff kid show, however you say his name.
I believe it's Shook.
Shuck.
Robin Chowtucker.
Whatever. That's fine. He seems to have fun. Like he's kind of in an impossible situation. He's starting with a team that's just terrible across the board. And they still managed to get a win here and there. So, but they're at home. Let's go Saints.
All right. And then our final 425 game, we have the Titans traveling to San Francisco to take on the 49ers, who are somehow 9-4. Not only that, they are 12.5-point favorites. I don't know what you're doing with your fingers, Tato.
Yeah, because they're the 49ers, but they're 9-4.
We flipped the numbers. But look at you, knowing numbers and stuff. Good job, Tato. I'll go ahead and go first on this one. It's crazy. At the beginning of the season, I was like, 49ers will probably be in good contention for the whole season. And then as the season happens, Brock Purdy misses a good portion of it. They lose key players on their defense. Yeah, it's probably going to be a mid 7-win team. Mac Jones is playing, no way they win. And somehow they win. And it's crazy. And I want to say that they're going to start losing, but they're playing the Titans. And if you want to know how the Titans play, just ask their quarterback. I'm gonna go with the 49ers, even though it could be a trap game. I still think the 49ers get the win here. Tato, we'll go on to you next.
Yeah, I'll take the Niners on this one.
All right, Jeremy, who's your pick?
I'm disappointed this game isn't on Tubi with Cam Ward's Tubi documentary about him being bad at football. Apparently, is kind of weird.
Zero stars.
Yes, that's the rating the Titans get every week. 0 stars. Mac Jones, another guy this year going out and showing how people have been maybe a little too harsh in the past and showing maybe he's not as bad as people thought he was.
I think the teams fail the early round quarterbacks more than the early round quarterbacks fail the teams.
Very true. I'm going to go with going with the 49ers for sure.
All right, and Alec, finish us off.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the 49ers as well. Brock Purdy might be playing for his job because Mac Jones has I think he's looked better than Purdy has in those games that Purdy's played. I think Mac Jones made that offense look a lot better, and Shanahan's known for dropping a guy if they don't fit his system. So Purdy better figure it out fast. But the Titans are bad everywhere. I do like Cam Ward. I think Cam Ward is good. I think he's in a really bad situation there because they don't have no weapons. They don't have nothing on defense. It is literally it's what you expect when a number one quarterback goes to the worst team in the league. Trap game, sure, but with how tight that NFC West is, there's no room for trap games. So you got to get it done. So I'm gonna take the 49ers.
All right, and now we move on to Sunday Night Football as the Vikings travel to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Cowboys are a 5.5-point favorites. Tato, give me your pick.
Yep, I will take Dallas here fighting for their lives. And I'll be glad I don't have to really deal with the repercussions of the Vikings losing at all, as I will not work for several days after that.
All right, and Jeremy.
Is 9 coming? Is 9 going to be there? Like, I really hope 9's there because he makes it entertaining for the other team's fans. Yeah, I think Dallas wins by a lot. This week
And
feels like a lot
Alec.
of possible blowouts. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everything in me wants to pick the Vikings, but every time I'm like, yeah, Vikings are gonna. Every time they look good, they have a game that they just look horrible. Cowboys need to bounce back, and they got a little extra like push with the fact that the Eagles just lost. That might be the worst thing about the Eagles losing this week is I have to keep hearing Cowboys fans talk about how it's their year. Jesus, I'm so tired of it. Keep it going for another week. And yeah, probably blowout. There might be a couple of defensive touchdowns in this one. So I'm gonna go with the I don't even like saying it. The Cowboys, Cowgirls. I'll say Cowgirls.
Okay, I'll write that down. Hey, I don't want to say it either. And then I look at it, and you know what happened the last time Aaron Jones showed up to Cowboy Stadium? It was a playoff game when he was a Packer, and he just ran right through the Cowboys, scored many times. They couldn't stop him. You know what happened the last time Justin Jefferson played the Cowboys? I actually have no idea. But when I look at their injury report, and they're missing some key defensive players, JJ McCarthy might pull something out. And hey, it might be a crazy fourth quarter comeback because that's all that man can do. But Aaron Jones balls out. I think JJ McCarthy does something crazy. And Dallas probably isn't going to have CeeDee Lamb. He's in concussion protocol. He hasn't cleared it yet. He's listed as questionable, so we have no idea what's going to happen. And I really like this Vikings defense. They blanked the Commanders. I don't think they blanked the Cowboys, but they don't let the Cowboys score more points than they do. I'll say it, Alec. I'll say it, Jeremy. Vikings get the win. They're probably going to lose, but I will predict the win. And our final game, Monday Night Football, we have the Dolphins, who are somehow still kind of in playoff contention. They have a 1% chance of making it versus the Steelers. Steelers are a 3-point favorite. I'll have you start us off here. Who do you think gets the win?
Oh, what an awful Monday night game. I don't know. I'm going to – just because the Steelers have been like the Moby team that doesn't want to win a lot over the last few years, so they'll win one, but they're like, let's not get excited, and we still maybe don't want Tomlin. And then they'll go and they'll lose one. They'll blame everybody again. So I don't know, maybe like Tua blacks out and then they put up 50 points because the Steelers aren't very good. Their defense is good. Their offense is terrible. So I'm gonna say for the sake of my Ravens, the Dolphins pull the upset.
All right, and Alec.
Yeah, this is a weird game. This is like a weird Monday night game that it's a bad game, but it weirdly has playoff repercussions for both teams. Dolphins, like you said, probably the hottest team right now. One of the hottest teams right now. I thought they were dead in the water early on. All of a sudden, they're trying to do something. I don't really know what, but something. Steelers. Man, I want to pick the Steelers, but it's so up and down with them, with that offense. But the Dolphins, I'm going to go Steelers. I'll say Steelers. They're going to keep that 500 record. Tomlin's going to keep that 500 record going.
Weak spot. It's like just hang out there.
I know Steelers fans want him to lose because they want him to get fired, but
it's so weird.
It is
so weird. They are such a weird fan base.
Only teams that have had great coaches for as long as they've had will ask for a Hall of Fame coach to get fired because they don't remember what it's like. It's like when I talk to I talk to Texans fans now where they're like, get rid of CJ. I'm like, do y'all not know what it was like before? It's hard. It's not fun.
Yeah. There are a couple things that are for sure in this world: death, taxes, and Mike Tomlin finishing with an above 500 season. Right now, 7-6, which means to finish with a 500 record, they can only lose twice. And I'm looking at the remainder of their season. After this, they have the Lions, then they have the Browns, then they have the Ravens. You can never really afford to lose a game, but I think this is a game you can't really afford to lose because that Lions game is going to be tough. And that Ravens game, that might be the division game right there. The Browns, easy win. And so just looking at that, go ahead now. Like what
I was going to say, Tua doesn't play well in the cold, and it's supposed to be 16 degrees. 16 to 23 is the high in Pittsburgh. So
they're in Pittsburgh. I thought they were in Miami.
No, they're in Pittsburgh.
I'm keeping it.
Tua don't like the cold.
Keeping it? Okay, I was going to give you the option. So, as I was about to say before I was rudely interrupted by Alec, the Steelers really need to win this one to keep the hopes of that winning season together. But also, is in Pittsburgh, and the Dolphins do not travel well. Tua does not play well in the cold. And one thing I know about northern states during the month of December is cold outside. Every time I walk out that door that's just right there, I always tell myself, it's really cold out here. Yeah, well, that's what winter's like. So I guess I have to get used to it. Last week was Tua's first time beating the Jets in New York in his whole career. Because he has a horrible record when he's traveling, especially in cold weather games. I trust this defense of Pittsburgh way more than I trust the Jets defense. I do not see the Dolphins winning at all. I don't know what world it is that they get the win here, because it's definitely not this one. Give me the Steelers. Tato, finish us off.
Yep, I was also doing that Mike Tomlin math, figuring how it goes, and it is win here, win against the Browns, probably take the L's against the Lions and the Ravens. Yep, I have the exact same sentiments you do, Steelers.
All right, well, with that has been our picks for the upcoming week of this NFL season. Please comment below who your guarantee win is, your survivor pick, and also, because I'm feeling froggy, who's going to be the new Michigan head coach? Because that was fun news hearing today. But make smart choices, or don't. I really don't care. I'm not your dad, but I could be your papa.